The Pokemon Furfrou has 9 forms in total: Diamond form, Heart form, Star form, Dandy form, Matron form, Debutante form, Kabuki form, Laureen form, and the Pharaoh form. Even though it may look like it gains new typings with these forms, it's just a normal type, and it's more of an aesthetic kind of thing. In this video, I'll be showing you exactly how to get all these forms and a little bonus Furfrou mission at the end. Oh, and fun fact about Furfrou, the only way up until Pokemon Legends Z8 to get all the Furfrou forms into Pokemon Home was by catching them in Pokemon Go and sending them to home by traveling all across the world and finding them. It was ridiculous. So I'm going to save you some traveling money with this too. In this game, you can catch Furfrou a bit earlier in Wild Zone 11 and later in the game in Wild Zone 19, which has way more Furfrou spawns. The first step is to just catch 9 of them and keep them in your Pokemon boxes until you are going to advance to the next mission that I tell you about. In the early game, you can catch it in Wild Zone 11, and later on, you'll be able to catch it in Wild Zone 19. In Wild Zone 11, I believe there are about 2 of them just in the open, and then the other entrance is going to be from the other side located here. You can get about 3 at a time depending on when you come to the zone. And Wild Zone 19, which is unlocked after main mission number 30. There's a lot of Kangaskhans in the zone. There's also Eevees, and Furfrous do spawn here, so you have a chance at grabbing them. I've seen the alpha quite a bit here, but yeah, there's a couple of Furfrou spawns here as well if you're thinking of catching it. Now, once you've caught 9 Furfrou, all you have to do is reach main mission number 19, which is called Reaching Rank D, and then you just have to open up your map. Now, this side quest is going to be right on your map over here. Now, personally for me, the fastest way to get to this NPC is just by going to Wild Zone 11 and then go through Wild Zone 11 on this side. Keep going. And then once you come up Wild Zone 11 here, turn right. And that's where you'll see the NPC. So for this quest, always mark it up right over here. So you'll see the Justice Dojo, Wild Zone 8, Wild Zone 11, and you're going to mark this little spot right here. All right, so once you make it to this NPC, you're then going to interact with her, and she's going to talk about opening up the Furfrou Salon. And one of the first missions is for you to use the move Slash, so her Scyther can also use the move Slash on this training dummy, or the substitute. After she says that, you will then get side mission 47 show up in your game. Now, for this example, I remembered that Charizard has the move Slash, so I just retaught it by opening up the menu and teaching it, and then I just used my Charizard to use Slash, and that was it. Other Pokemon that can also learn this move are Feraligatr, your Pinsir can learn it, Scyther can learn it, Heracross, which you traded for in the beginning of the game for Pikachu in one of the earlier missions, Skarmory, Sharpedo, Gible, Gallade, Drober, as well as Pancham, Honedge, Inkay, Malamar, and Binacle. So there are quite a lot of Pokemon that learn the move Slash. After you execute the move Slash, Scyther will then also duplicate that and know exactly how to do it, and then you'll complete the mission 47, becoming a Furfrou Trimmer, and receive 800 gold, 1 revive, and 3 experience candy small. But then when you talk to her for the price of 500 gold, you can trim your Furfrou. Now, the options that she has as soon as you do this quest are specifically going to be these forms: the Heart Trim, the Star Trim, and the Diamond Trim. And you have the option of going back to natural. So if you want to get all 3, take 3 of the Furfrous that you caught earlier and individually change each one, which will cost a total of 1,500 for the first 3. Now, you only have 3 forms, but like I said, there is a total of 9 forms in the game, and you're going to have to do another side quest for that. The next side quest prerequisite is going to be by doing main mission number 20, a request from the Rust Syndicate, where you're going to have to fight with Felipe, and you're going to meet Corbo, and then after you return to Hotel Z to tell others about what happened in the game at the Rust Syndicate, you're then going to check your map, and the side mission will open up. I'm not going to explain the details of that story, but just know, check your map right after that to go back to that Furfrou trainer. Make your way all the way back exactly where we said you need to go, where you're going to talk to her again. This time, she's going to ask you to demonstrate the move Razor Leaf so her Scyther can also mimic this. Now, because this is a grass move, it's kind of easy to figure out which Pokemon have it, but if you have Pokemon like the Bulbasaur line, Bellsprout, which is found literally early in the game, as well as Chikorita's form, if you pick that starter, you're definitely in luck. Other Pokemon that learn it include Snover, if you got a Leafeon, especially if you watch my evolution video, as well as Flabebe, which is all over the map. Also, Skidoo and Pumpkaboo should also know this move. Okay, now get your Razor Leaf, use it on it, and as soon as you do that, you'll receive 3 more new trims, which will expand your Furfrou Furfrou trims available. The trims that are added are going to be the Debutante form, the Matron form, and Dandy. You could take 3 more Furfrou and turn them into these and then add them into your box. But we are still not done yet because there are 3 more forms that you have to get. This one is going to be side quest number 87, which is becoming a Peerless Furfrou trimmer. The prerequisite for this is going to be after you complete main mission number 26, which is an invitation from the SBC. This specifically shows up on your map after fighting Lebane, then opening up your map and you'll see the side quest in the exact same spot that we've been going to for the past 2 side quests. So make your way all the way to the same location again, and you're going to talk to her, and she's going to ask you to do one more move. This time she's going to want her Scyther to see the move Psycho Cut. Now I personally use Inkay to perform this, but Pokemon that you can use that should have Psycho Cut are Kadabra, Absol, and Gallade. After she sees you perform the move Psycho Cut, you'll get a quest completion, and then more Furfrou forms will expand. Sometimes I just say this name so fast, I say Furfrou instead of Furfrou, so sorry about that. The specific trims that you get are going to be Lerine, Kabuki, and the Pharaoh form. Personally, I think the Pharaoh one is really cool, and you'll spend another 1500 gold if you want to do all 3. Now, to complete the entire Furfrou saga, there is a final side mission that you need to do, which is side mission 103 called Facing the Furfrou League, which is gonna have you end up going through an Elite Four and then defeating a Furfrou champion with a shiny Furfrou, which is pretty cool. Now, in order to unlock this specific quest, this is going to take place after a major story event at a specific cafe. Not going to name names because it's a spoiler. Right before you do your rank A rank up fight. That's it. Open up your minimap at that point, and then you're going to go ahead and head over to the exact location where the Scyther girl is. When you go over to her, you're going to talk to her, and she's going to tell you about this Elite Four and everything going on, and that's going to initiate the side quest 103. Now, there are 4 locations that you have to go to during this quest for doing an Elite Four fight, and they're going to be at Restaurant Le Ya, Sushi High Roller, Restaurant Le Wow, and Restaurant Le Na. Those are pretty easy to pronounce for me, by the way. But the trick is, you can only fight a Furfrou with a Furfrou. So the trick that I personally did was head over to Wild Zone number 19 and catch an Alpha Furfrou. If you don't have 19 for some reason, just go to 11 and you should probably have an Alpha because more Alphas spawn as you progress further and further in the game. So I got an Alpha Furfrou just because they have guaranteed 3 perfect IVs. And then after that, I caught a couple other Furfrous. Make sure just to change out the moves. It's not going to be too crazy of a fight. Also, giving experience candy to your Furfrous could definitely help you for this. The first location is going to have you fight against one form of Furfrou. These Elite Four members in their brain like to pretend their Furfrou actually has different typing, and the Furfrou will kind of fight like that because Furfrou has access to a couple of different typing moves. So it's pretty interesting of a fight, but they're simply easy to go through. So fight the one at Restaurant Le Ya. Easy to defeat, beat them, then head over to location number 2, Sushi High Roller, and go ahead and beat that Elite Four member as well. Then go to location 3, Restaurant Le Wow, beat that one, and then finally head over to Restaurant Le Na, where you're going to battle the 4th and final Elite Four member. It actually doesn't matter what the order you fight them all in, just know that you have to beat them. And now once you're done with the entire Elite Four of Furfrou, you're then going to head over to this location on your map at Café Woof right over here. You're going to meet the champion of the Furfrou League right here, and it'll initiate the battle with her for you to become the champion. She's going to have a couple of Furfrou. In fact, she's going to have a couple of forms of Furfrou. So make sure you have an entire team of 6 and change up the moves on them, not the basic moves that you just caught the Furfrous in the wild. Now, once you do all that, head into battle with her. She's going to have all the forms out, keep defeating them one by one. My personal strategy for this was just using the non-alpha forms as fodder and fighting as much as I could with them. A quick pro tip is press the X button mid-fight just to throw a potion or healing item when the bar is available if you find yourself dying. I always do that for these fights because the game just allows you to, and you just have to wait for that timer on the bottom just to run out in order for you to do another healing item. And that's pretty much what keeps you alive. So good preparation, go to Pokemon Center, buy healing items if you don't have enough. And then when she finally threw out her final one, which is a shiny Furfrou, which is really cool. I can't believe she has a shiny Furfrou, by the way. Now you get a crazy reward from beating her. You get 30,000 Pokédollars $15, and a gold bottle cap. And for those who don't know what a gold bottle cap is, gold bottle caps are actually used to raise all 6 of your Pokemon's IVs. So think of IVs as something your Pokemon's born with to the maximum value of 31. So it's kind of making your Pokemon perfect with an item, which is really good. And you should save that until you find a perfect Pokemon that you want to use it on. And with that, you've now completed every Furfrou questline in the game and the progressive order of those side missions in order to do it. So go ahead, subscribe, hit that like button, and comment which Furfrou form is your favorite, and check out this video on your screen right over here.